Hi. When I was editing the symbols video that we did recently, I was getting some pictures off the web and accidentally did a little bit of research, and I came across a couple of additional things that I'd like to chuck in the mix. Firstly, I found that the eye, the symbol for the eye, is actually closely linked to the symbol for the unalome, the swishy spiritual journey symbol. If you remember, one of the spiritual aspects of the eye was the idea of the third eye chakra, which has significance in a lot of Buddhist cultures and a bunch of other ones. But in the Buddhist tradition, there's this symbol called the urna, which is a dot placed just on the third eye chakra to signify spiritual significance. Sometimes a dot, sometimes it's a little spiral. And this urna was actually the foundation for the symbol of the unalome. The unalome is an extension of the urma. So as it was a spiral, you can see that spiral in the center of the unalome. The unalome actually came from the urna, which is based on the third eye. Fun. They all have that same foundational aspect in that they're all based on awareness and the spiritual significance of awareness, which is what we're into here. So I thought that's worth sharing. Another thing I found was that there is a symbol to represent karma, which is this picture that I've done so nicely just here. This is called the karmic knot. Basically, the karmic knot represents the forces of cause and effect. It shows that everything is connected to everything else. When you look at karma as simply being cause and effect, there's no real question of its existence, you know? Cause and effect is a real thing. It's just physics. When you get it on a level of human experience, it's just really, really complicated and intricate. There's a lot of factors going involved, a lot of causes that result in a lot of effects. It reminds me of the idea of how thought shapes speech, speech shapes behavior, behavior shapes habits, and habits shape character. That's a cause and effect trajectory within our own person. It's one of the reasons why it's so important that we know what we're thinking, that we pay attention to the mind and our mental behavior, because it's what we become. It shapes who we are. It's a big deal. I think to wrap it all up, karma. If we look at karma through the idea of love, we can see that when we act with love, we receive love. When we act without love, then we experience that same absence of love. You get back what you put out there. Karma is a very real thing. Cause and effect is a very real thing. There's the idea that bad deeds are punished. I believe that to be true, but maybe in a less traditional way. I find that bad deeds are, again, bad. It's quite a strong label. It's just, we'll call it disruptive behavior. Disruptive behavior comes from an already troubled mind. Like, the suffering is already happening. The karma is right now. If I go out into the world and I kick someone in the leg and trip them over, that kind of behavior comes from me already hurting. Like, I'm not in a good place, and I've gone and shared that with someone else. And as a result of that, it's going to get shared back at me. And it has that negative feedback loop where hurt is perpetuated and spread. Given that the laws of cause and effect are total and inevitable, what then happens when we act with love? Love begets love. If I were to go out in the world and I were to smile and be friendly and be gracious and courteous and selfless and compassionate, putting out that kind of loving behavior means that the folk that receive that are more than likely, almost inevitably, going to send it back to me. And they're also going to pass it on to the other people. It has that ongoing ripple effect, which is so beautiful and so powerful. Karma's mad. It's like, it's dope. I thought about going into the idea of free will and determinism, but I'm starting to question whether it's like particularly helpful or relevant, you know? So let's not, and see you around. Bye.